Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Fatma and I am a fifth year medical student at Tehran University of Medical Sciences. So I want to take AMC sometimes in the future and want to discuss some of the MCQs with other people as well. So today I will discuss only one MCQ and maybe in the future when I am familiar with the more familiar with the topics, I'll try to cover more topics or more MCQs. Okay, so the first MCQ is a thyrotoxic patient was subjected to subtotal thyroidectomy after she had been made euthyroid by medical treatment. So the day after the operation, her temperature is 39 degree and her pulse rate is 110 beat per minute and it's regular. She is most likely to be suffering from which of the following? So the options are a pulmonary atelectasis, B is thyroid crisis, C is pulmonary embolism, D is wound infection, sorry, and E is septicemia, which I have not included here. So before explaining the MCQ, I would like to discuss what thyrotoxicosis is. So thyrotoxicosis is basically the state of thyroid hormone excess. It is totally different from hyperthyroidism, in hyperthyroidism your gland is working excessively and producing a lot of thyroid hormone T3 and T4, and which also causes thyrotoxicosis. So the symptoms of thyrotoxicosis are usually hyperactivity, heat intolerance, palpitations, weakness and fatigue. You can have weight loss, diarrhea, polyuria, and also you can have systolic hypertension, which I think it's not mentioned here. So a thyroid disorder could be ruled out by checking TSH or T4, and it is very unlikely to have elevated T3. It happens only in T3 toxicosis. So if the TSH is low and T4 is high, it means the patient is suffering from primary thyrotoxicosis. Then, confirming the thyrotoxicosis, we go into further investigation. So, if the patient have the features of Graves' disease like NTTPO positive, uh, if he has or she has dermopathy, ophthalmopathy, then he is suffering from Graves' disease. If not, then we are going to check for multinodular goiter or toxic adenoma. If if it's not the multinodular goiter, then you have to check RI uptake. If RI uptake is low, it means the patient is suffering from thyroiditis. And if is RI U is up, or sorry, or elevated, it means the patient is suffering from other causes. It may be the HCG levels might be high or the other things. So if the patient has normal TSH and high T4, it means it could have the patient might be suffering from pituitary adenoma or thyroid hormone resistance syndrome. So what does that mean? What So thyroid crisis can be caused by untreated hyperthyroidism or untreated hyperactive thyroid gland. It has more severe symptoms like the temperature might be above 40 and the heartbeat will be irregular. Also, it will exceed 140 beats per minute. The patient might have symptoms like sweating, shaking, agitation, diarrhea, maybe vomiting, symptoms like that. The next option is pulmonary embolism. It has been stated that pulmonary embolism cannot be the cause of pulmonary embolism cannot be the cause here because in hyperthyroidism the patient is hyperactive and the patient might have increased metabolic state, which is very extremely uncommon to cause pulmonary embolism. Now the next option are wound infection and septicemia. uh, they are both very uncommon after thyroidectomy because Usually, the techniques that have been used in the surgery are sterile, and if the surgical instruments or the environment is not sterile, then it might cause wound infection or septicemia. But it is not the case today. So the answer is A, pulmonary atelectasis. It has common symptoms, but the temperature is lower. Also, the heartbeats are regular and less than 140.
Okay, so I want to add one more point here, that the patient has been given medication before the surgery which has made him or her euthyroid. So apparently, if you have given medical treatment or antithyroid drugs before the surgery, thyroid crisis or storm can be averted, and that's why the cases of thyroid crisis has been decreased recently.